Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The city will issue a request for proposals, or RFP, for the sale and redevelopment of the former Regency Inn property on North O. Henry Boulevard. The RFP will be issued the week of September 23rd. There will be a 30-day response period for proposals from applicants with experience developing multifamily affordable housing units. The site currently consists of a non-functioning 1950s-era motor court. The city intends to deliver the property to the buyer or developer after all the existing structures are demolished and removed. The site is currently zoned commercial medium and may need a rezoning to accommodate multifamily development. Michelle Kennedy, director of the Housing and Neighborhood Development Department, said transforming blighted properties into homes improves neighborhood conditions and creates quality, affordable housing opportunities for our most vulnerable populations. According to the Guilford County Tax Department, the current total assessed tax value of the property is $2.6 million. Also, the city has obtained a current appraisal of land and billboard lease value of $1.7 million after demolition. A Phase 1 environmental site analysis is in process. Built in 1957, the Regency Inn recently served as a winter emergency housing option for unhoused residents. In other housing news, the city has released a request for proposals for the sale and redevelopment of the property formerly known as the Summit Executive Center. Proposals are due by 4 p.m. on Wednesday, October 30th. Materials are available online to assist applicants with the development of project proposals under this RFP. This includes the property survey, appraisal, environmental reports, and guidance on providing quality supportive housing. The city seeks proposals from experienced qualified real estate development firms or teams for the new construction or rehabilitation of structures into affordable rental housing. Michelle Kennedy, Director of Housing and Neighborhood Development, said part of our continued efforts is to ensure everyone in Greensboro, regardless of their financial situation, has access to quality housing options. This RFP earmarks up to $1.8 million of Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development housing assistance for eligible households. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn will present Justice Henry Fry and his wife Shirley with the prestigious key to the city. The community celebration will take place at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, September 17th at Center City Park. The bronze statue erected in the couple's honor will set the backdrop. The Frys have called the Gate City home for more than 70 years. This honor recognizes the many contributions the couple has made to Greensboro, the state of North Carolina, and a host of local nonprofit, academic, civic, and professional organizations. The event will include a performance by the Cold Steel Drumline from North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University's Blue and Gold Marching Machine. Center City Park is located at 200 North Elm Street. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
It is estimated that 30 to 40% of children do not get enough sleep. Does your child get enough rest? So sleep is so important to health, whether you're 8 or 80 years old. It's a time for your body to restore and rebuild and for your brain to process all of the new information it's learned throughout the day. But it's even more important for children and teenagers because it has such a direct impact on their physical and mental development. According to the National Sleep Foundation, children between the ages of 1 to 2 need 11 to 14 hours of sleep throughout a 24-hour period. Ages 3 to 5 need 11 to 13 hours of sleep throughout a 24-hour period. School-aged children between 6 and 13 need 9 to 11 hours of sleep at night. And teenagers between 14 and 17 years need 8 to 10 hours of sleep at night. But teenagers, when they hit puberty, it does affect their sleep-wake cycle, so it does make it harder for them to fall asleep in an earlier hour. So signs that your child may not be getting enough sleep, if they have hyperactivity, trouble focusing in school, a very difficult time waking them up in the mornings, or falling asleep at school. So what can we as parents do to ensure that our child gets a good night's rest? First, you need to make sleep a priority in your house. Educate your children on why sleep is important and why they need so much sleep, and be a good role model as a parent and let them see that sleep is a priority to you. Next, you need to be consistent. They need consistent bedtime and wake-up times, regardless whether it's a weekday, a weekend, or a school break. It's okay to occasionally let your child stay up later than normal or sleep in later than normal, but don't make this a habit, because this will make it harder for them to get back into the routine, and it may lead to sleep problems. They also need a consistent bedtime routine. For younger children, this could be taking a warm bath, reading them a book, having a few minutes of snuggle time. For older children and teenagers, it can be a hot shower, reading themselves a book, or listening to calming music. You do want to limit screen time and keep all electronic devices out of the bedroom. Electronic devices such as TVs, cell phones, laptops, tablets, all of these can seriously impact your child's ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. The lights and glow from these devices actually stimulate their brain. It can cause frequent awakenings throughout the night. Next, you need to limit their caffeine. Sodas, coffee drinks, energy drinks, all of these will stimulate the child and make it very hard for them to fall asleep. And you also need to be aware of chocolate, because it also has caffeine in it. Next, you need to get your child exercising. Anything to keep them active during the day will help them sleep better at night. And keep your child's bedroom comfortable. A cool temperature is an ideal sleeping environment. You might want to consider room darkening shades if there's outside light that interferes with their sleep. And a white noise machine can always be good to help drown out outside noise. When children get the recommended hours of sleep, it helps them focus better, whether it's a toddler learning how to walk or a teenager learning how to drive. Studies show that when children get the hours of sleep that they need, they're less likely to make unhealthy choices, they're less likely to have behavior problems, and teenagers are less likely to have car accidents. If you're still concerned about your child's sleep patterns, please consult your child's pediatrician or family physician. They may want to order a sleep study for your child at our sleep disorder center. Most sleep disorders can be easily diagnosed and treated. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found these tips helpful. For more information, go to conehealth.com/sleep. I'm Ginger Van Ness.
If you're a fan of music festivals, the city invites you to an event that places the focus on peace. And we're introducing a new podcast in recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Mark your calendar for the second annual Triad Strong Music Festival. The purpose of the event is to promote peace, love, and unity as an alternative to violence. The music festival is free and will take place from noon to 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 28th at the Barber Park Amphitheater. Attendees will experience musicians, food trucks, and vendors. The city's Office of Community Safety and the Parks and Recreation Department have partnered with Next Level of the Triad New Cool Movement, Establishing Safe Cultures, and I Am King Men's Empowerment to host the festival. Elected officials and members of law enforcement will make remarks, and attendees can visit booths set up by local organizations promoting mental health resources, tutoring, violence intervention, and interruption services. 2 Guilford County High School students will receive scholarships in recognition of their academic performance and service to community violence awareness. The Barber Park Amphitheater is located at 1500 Barber Park Drive. The Communications and Marketing Department is pleased to add another outreach option to the city's list of ways to stay informed. Talk City Greensboro, the original podcast, is now available in Spanish. In honor of this year's Hispanic Heritage Month, which ends on October 15th, the city has launched Talk City Greensboro in Espanol. The new podcast features Isabel Gill. As the city's senior community relations specialist, Gill will interview fellow city employees as well as guests from the community. The entire podcast is in Spanish, addressing topics of interest to the Hispanic community, along with updates on key City of Greensboro projects. Talk City Greensboro in Espanol is also available for viewing on the city's YouTube channel at City of Greensboro NC. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the podcast, please send an email to Isabel. Talk City Greensboro in Espanol is available where you get other podcasts. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department and local tennis organizations will host the Carolinas Adaptive Standing Tennis Tournament, also known as CAST. The competition is scheduled for Friday, October 4th to Sunday, October 6th at the Pinetop Neighborhood Resort located at 3723 Pinetop Road. The registration fee is $50. The deadline to register is Sunday, September 15th. Residents are invited to watch the tournament from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, October 5th, and from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 6th. Adaptive standing tennis is designed for athletes with a physical disability such as amputations, cerebral palsy, and partial paralysis, but are still able to play in a standing position. No experience is necessary to participate in the tournament. Players will be grouped based on their abilities and tennis skills to create a fair playing environment. To register as a player, to volunteer, or to make a donation, visit the Guilford Regional Tennis Association website. For more information, contact Susan Broadure with the Guilford Regional Tennis Association. Phenomenal things are taking place throughout Guilford County as the elected body prepares to repurpose an old landmark. Coming up after the break, we'll preview the plans for Irwin Montessori. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Guilford County has set its sights on preparations to repurpose an old landmark. County commissioners want to capture ideas from the community. Joining me now to tell us and explain how the public can share input on the Irwin Montessori redevelopment is Eddie Cabrera Blanco. He is the Communications and Public Relations Manager for Guilford County. Hello, Eddie. Welcome back.
Hello, Carla. Thank you for having me.
Always good to see you. So let's get a little history. The county actually purchased the Irwin Montessori Elementary School last year. So tell us, what are the next steps?
Yes, so now that the county has purchased the facility and that site, the county has engaged with the Development Finance Initiative with the UNC School of Government. So they're going to help assess the feasibility of this site and what developments can be established there. Is there potentialness for private investments in that site?
Oh, that's really great. And this is something new the county is embarking on. How can the community learn more about the redevelopment project overall?
Yes, so in September, we're gearing up to host a series of community input sessions. And that's when people are going to be able to meet with county staff and ask questions about this project. We project that all the demolition will be done by end of spring of 2025, but ahead of that, we do want to get that engagement from our residents. And so the first meeting is set for Tuesday, September 24th. That'll be at 6:30 at the Muhammad Islamic Center.
Okay.
Our second meeting would be on Thursday, September 26th at 9 o'clock at the McGirt Horton Branch Library.
Okay.
And then the third one, we did want to offer a virtual option. So we're hosting one on Saturday, September 28th at 10 o'clock. And as you know, this the Irwin School site is located in East Greensboro. So all of our three meetings are to, all county residents are welcome to attend, but we specifically want to target that East Greensboro population.
Absolutely, because it's right in the heart of their neighborhood.
Yes.
I'm sure residents will want to share ideas, and I know you want to capture that information. So how are you going to capture the feedback?
Yes, so residents, they can go to guilfordcountync.gov/Irwin-school, and that's where they can learn about the history of this project. They can see all the dates and details about those three meetings. The virtual meeting, we are asking residents to register ahead of that Saturday meeting. Registration is not needed for the in-person meeting. But then on September 25th up to October 18th, we'll have an online survey.
Okay.
And so just a day right after the first meeting on September 24th, we'll launch that online survey.
Okay, so folks need to stay tuned. And in other county news, you have an important event on the horizon. Can you tell us about the state of the county?
Yeah, so we're gearing up in September to finalize our 2024 State of the County address. Chairman Skip Austin is going to have his annual address, and we're just building from last year. And so our theme this year for our State of the County is Ready, Set, Go. We want to highlight the great accomplishments that Guilford County has set this year. What are we preparing? What are we setting for the future? And how can we best serve our residents? And so it's an annual event, and we're as you said, finalizing those details for October 9th.
Absolutely. So I'm sure there will be folks in attendance, but then if you want to actually watch the State of the Community address, how will that be possible?
Yes, so we're encouraging our residents to watch the State of the County address on October 9th. It's at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. They can watch the program on Guilford County's Facebook page, our YouTube page, and of course here on GTN, where it will be streamed live.
Fantastic. Well, you've got your hands full, Eddie. We always appreciate you taking time to let us know. Thank you for giving us a preview of the state of the county. I know it will be a great event. And do come back and give us updates about the Irwin Montessori redevelopment.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That segment is coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council meetings take place in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro Transit Agency is proud to once again offer an initiative to support voter awareness and participation in the November elections. The Move to the Polls project is designed to ensure information and transportation barriers are eliminated for registered and new voters across Greensboro. Similar to previous years, GTA and Access GSO will join peer transit systems across the nation to offer fare-free public transportation on Election Day, Tuesday, November 5th. This project also offers a nonpartisan downloadable voter guide providing important election dates and resources to ensure voters are equipped with factual and timely information obtained from both the Guilford County and North Carolina Board of Elections. By visiting the Election Station webpage at ridegta.com, voters will find access to resources identifying early and Election Day voting locations and dates, as well as links to election participation information. The Move to the Polls project is provided as a public service, which will include voter registration at the J. Douglas Gallion Depot Transit Center and other select locations. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight. But first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here's some special events happening this week on the town. The Tanger Center's initial First Bank Broadway series production of the season is Mamma Mia, and it runs September 17th through the 22nd. This irresistible musical has captured the hearts of millions around the globe since its London premiere in 1999. Learn more and get tickets online at tangercenter.com. On September 19th, head down the rabbit hole into the wild history of political campaigning across the decades with games, drinks, and fun activities at the Greensboro History Museum. Smithsonian National Museum of American History curator and author John Greenspan is the keynote speaker and facilitator for this free event. Learn more at greensborohistory.org. The Guilford Native American Association's 47th annual powwow is September 20th through the 22nd at Country Park. Hundreds of Native American dancers and drummers from tribes across the country will gather to celebrate their rich history and culture. There will be arts, crafts, and food vendors. Purchase tickets online at greensboro-nc.gov. The Carolina Cowboys professional bull riding team hosts its annual Camping World Team Series homestand September 20th through the 22nd at the Greensboro Coliseum. PBR Cowboy Days features individual rodeo action formatted for team competition. Find tickets and more info online at greensborocoliseum.com. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. As you drive around the city, you'll notice West Friendly Avenue between North Elm Street and North Green Street will have up to 2 lanes closed. This is the result of adjacent road work underway. Crews will be on site from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. on weekdays until Friday, September 27th. At that time, all lanes will reopen. Motorists should expect delays near the work area and are urged to use alternate routes to avoid the construction. Work schedules are dependent on weather conditions and equipment availability. To learn more about lane and road closures and to request email notifications about upcoming work on city streets, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the North Carolina Folk Festival. Celebrating its 10th year, the turnout for this year's Folk Fest attracted more than 110,000 visitors throughout the festival weekend. People reported traveling from as far as California and Texas, in addition to the number of groups making the trip from across the state. Organizers are still calculating the numbers. This festival typically generates an annual economic impact of $25 million. Mark your calendars for next year's festival taking place September 12th to the 14th. Way to go, festival organizers. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.